Simi Valley definitely has like the best Mexican food in the world, like including Mexico.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What is that?
Oh, that's our new security system, Fluffy. I think it's actually like feeding time right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Steez? Yeah.
Cambridge, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Cambridge. I'm Morgan Perkins, and here's what's up.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs.
Something we all dread doing in high school is taking the ACT and SAT. But to make this process just a little easier, there are free practice ACT and SAT tests on February 2nd and 3rd with Apple Ruth Tutoring. For more information and to register, go to appleruth.com/February. The Georgia Farm Bureau is hosting a high school art contest. All art is due February 28th, and you can win some major cash. Check out your Fulton County email for more information. Don't forget, Bears, if you don't submit your course verification forms on time, you may not get into the classes you enjoy.
Guitar is my passion. I was so excited for guitar class this year, but I got stuck in gym class instead. I waited too long to choose my classes for this year. Don't get stuck in a class that you don't want. Course registration for next year begins Monday, January 28th, with first round verification forms distributed during advisement after second period. More information can be found on the Cambridge High School website.
Listen up, Cambridge. Registration for AP exams ends on February 28th, and late registration is from March 1st through the 6th and comes with a $30 late fee. To register, go to the Cambridge website and follow the link provided. The Georgia Department of Education is accepting applications for the Georgia Scholar Diploma Seal from graduating seniors. This seal recognizes students who have achieved excellence in school and community life. Applications are due January 31st. Please see your counselor if you are interested in applying. If you somehow haven't heard, our government is having some issues. Here's Matthew George with the latest on this week's Newswire.
We have just passed 1 month in our current government shutdown, and it has become the longest in our nation's history. Of course, you may or may not heard much about the government shutdown, but here is what it is and why it matters. On December 11th, President Trump vowed to shut down the government if Congress didn't approve of his increasing funding for the border wall to $5.6 billion. Democrats refused to give in, and thus the government was in danger of shutting down.
So the government shutdown is that in order to spend money, the federal government has to pass a bill, or actually several bills, that appropriate money to be spent.
The next day, the Senate passed a bill to temporarily fund the government, and the president was expected to sign it.
December 2018, the Senate passed unanimously an appropriations bill to fund the parts of the government that hadn't already been funded. The budget's actually funded through about 12 different appropriations bills, and 5 or 6 of them have actually passed already. So those parts of the government are the parts that are open and functioning normally.
Both sides dug in their heels as Trump still wanted $5 billion, while the Democrats want to keep it at current $1.3 billion for border security. This means that only essential federal employees can show up to work, and they are forced to work without pay.
Parts of the government that are not considered essential in these departments, jobs that are not considered essential in these departments, the workers are staying home, they don't come to work. Other people who are considered essential are coming to work, but they're not being paid. When you go to the airport, you have to go through the Transportation Safety Administration wait lines where they check to make sure you don't have any weaponry or explosives getting on the plane. Those wait lines are much longer because many of the TSA workers, although they're supposed to go to work, they've been calling out sick because they're not being paid. In terms of money coming into the school, most of the funding that Cambridge High School gets and that most schools get is actually from the state. A substantial amount of money does come from the U.S. federal government, but as I understand it, the Federal Department of Education's appropriations bill did already pass.
School lunches are only funded through March. Schools in North Carolina are already adjusting menus to a minimum level to conserve food and getting rid of fresh produce in middle and high schools. And if the shutdown continues through the end of the school year, students with free and reduced lunch will no longer have access to these nutritious meals that some students rely on. With no end in sight for our current shutdown and people becoming increasingly frustrated, the state of our union is looking quite bleak. CBN, I'm Matthew George.
Thanks, Matthew. Up next, take advantage while you can of colleges coming to you.
I'm pretty excited, I'm not gonna lie. I feel really blessed with these decisions I'm about to make and these opportunities I have to further my esports and education in the future. It's been a long, tough journey, and I can only thank my coaches and my teammates. My parents are here, and I can't wait to show the decision I make on where I want to go to school in the future.
Yo, dude, what are you doing?
Committing for college, man.
Kennesaw in South Carolina?
Yeah, they've been talking to me.
Oh, they're just coming here for college informational visits.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't think are you committing to them? Because that's not what they're here for.
Am I not going to college?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Next up is Katie Fox with this week's Bottom Line.
What's up, Cambridge? I'm Katie Fox, and this is the Bottom Line. It was a short week for all of us, but our athletes were still putting in work, so let's get right into it. Wrestling did great this past week and went 1-2 beating Lanier High School, 57-21. Tonight they wrestle against Lovett High School, and next week they have traditional regions here at Cambridge. So make sure to come out next week and cheer on our Bears in the Bear Den. We have certainly turned into a basketball school this year, and we are not complaining. This past Tuesday, both teams faced off against North Atlanta. For the girls, they ended their night with an outstanding score of 59-27. For the boys, they also got us that win with a score of 74-64, with shots made by Kamar Robertson, Matthew Cleveland, Bryce Patel, and Cole Bearden. This night was also very special to our school as we honored Matthew Lemoyne. Thank you to everyone who came out and supported us. Keep up the great spirit, Bears. Tomorrow is a big meet for our swim and dive team as they are traveling to Westminster today and tomorrow to compete in a very competitive meet. Make sure to wish them good luck. And that's it for this week, Bears. Now back to you, Morgan.
Thanks, Katie. Now, if you would, please pause for a moment of quiet reflection. Thank you for tuning in, Bears. Be sure to check out our social media accounts for exclusive content and other cool stuff. I'm Morgan Perkins, and next up is Primetime.
So what has a head and a tail but no body?
A head and a tail, but no body. Oh, a coin.
A snake?
A dog.
What has a head and a tail but no body? Your mom.
Oh, like a whale, right?
A coin. Snake.
A quarter, like a coin.
Name 3 consecutive days without using Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
24th, 25th, 26th.
First, second, and third of the month. That'd be 3 consecutive days.
These are hard.
January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
I don't know.
If you divide 30 by 1/2 and add 10, what do you get?
25.
15 plus 10? 25.
I'm just gonna stick with 25.
25. 25.
70? 70.
Morgan, these are hard.
That's what it's all about. We know what's happening out here. We know what's happening out here. The bridge, all right, Mr. Fun, I'm watching you. I'm always got my eyes on you.
Well, that's all for this week's Show Bears. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be back next week.
Actually, could you face the camera a little bit more? Yep. Perfect. So this is how we're doing the bit.
Alright, that was good, except Jason was all the way in the shot.